Wayne, what you got for us?
I have got a lovely story about our confusion. Make you big. Come on. There we
I
go.
got you.
Big Wayne.
He's obsessed with his size right now.
Right. So the story I want to talk about is our
Next week,
lovely-
I'd like us to have something from Europe.
This is from Europe, you fucking dickhead. We've still got 2 weeks. We've got 2 weeks. All right. So we're still being dragged along by you fuckers. All right. So the story I want to talk about is the confusing message that Boris Johnson and his government are putting out. Now, recently, the southeast of England has been put into the highest alert tier about COVID. But at the same time, Boris Johnson decided to say that over 5 days on the Christmas period, that we could have a relaxation of the rules, even though the R rate is going up and up and up in the southeast, especially London and especially Essex. And now the problem we have is the relaxation of the rules mean that 3 households can mix. That is the government decree. 3 households can mix over the Christmas period in this 5-day. I can't remember the name of what it is. But basically, they're relaxing the rules. And at the same time, because the spike in coronavirus cases has gone up, he's now sending out his little troops, like his ministers, to go around the studios of the British media saying, yeah, we know it's legal and we've allowed you to do this, but please don't. So on one hand, it's saying, go and have it up on Christmas. On the other hand, they're saying, but please don't. And this is sort of representative of the confusion that this government is putting out about the coronavirus. Unfortunately, there are people, as we discussed earlier, that have this exceptionalism. It doesn't affect me, so I'll do what I like anyway. And there are other people that are saying, well, we were going to have a couple of people over for Christmas, but now we don't feel we should. And then on the other hand, they're saying, but you can anyway. And this confusion is only leading to driving up numbers within, especially in the southeast, because people are just doing the fuck they like, especially in London, especially school kids, and they closed all the hospitality venues down, as I said earlier. But the hospitality venues were safer than schools because there were people actually enforcing it. The biggest rise in infections has been school kids between the ages of 11 and 19, because they opened up the schools. All the hospitality was shut down whilst the cases were going up. And then they opened up the hospitality and said, oh, we're blaming hospitality. So we're shutting all the pubs, restaurants, bars, bowling alleys and all that. And it's these confusing messages that are not being helpful to actually trying to get this virus under control. And I would like to get your guys' opinion on what is going on in your respective countries, because I know Zlatan, the Swedish model, has been held up by the right-wing media quite a bit, and it's gone to shit there. And Brenna, as you expressed earlier, the Orange County message is a bit all over the place. Mikey and Cortez in Chicago, what's going on?
I think it's wildly inconsistent, and you still have people who refuse. Like, they'll wear their mask to like the store, but they still go out to their friend's house, which kind of defeats the purpose. Because I mean, if you're gonna be irritated enough and annoyed enough to wear a mask while you're doing your essential shopping, which is what everyone should only be doing, then what is the point of you wearing the mask if you're just going to go mix it up with people at their house anyway? And it sounds like those are the orders that they're giving everyone in the UK. Is they're just saying, just go ahead, wear your masks in public, 2 meters apart, la da da. But then also go ahead and just go and hang out with whoever the hell you want. Like, what is the fucking point?
It's have fun, don't have fun. Have fun, don't have fun.
Well, our governor and the mayor of Chicago have been under a lot of attack and flack lately because they have been staunch on what they want as far as people wearing face coverings and observing the restrictions that they've laid in place. The problem is, like you've mentioned before, we do have the far right that is resistant to this, regardless of any science that's been thrown their way about the prevention of the spread of this illness. And unfortunately, one of the things that we do know is that if you're wearing a mask, they need to be wearing one too, because you're wearing the mask for their protection and vice versa. If they're not wearing a mask and you're wearing one, you're still liable and would possibly catch it because the percentages are higher. They don't believe it, or they wear their masks below their lips and they wear their mask on their chin, like their chin is like their gills or something.
Yeah,
And
nose is out.
yeah, even worse, sometimes their whole mouth and nose is out. They just wear it on the chin, like I have a mask on. Well, it's not on your face. It's on my chin. Well, no, it's not on your face. And I've argued with people about this at some of our locations that we've secured. That people get upset when you ask them to put their mask on, like you slapped their mother. So, my personal opinion, if it's not federally enforced, and if it's not enforced at some point where there needs to be, and I hate to say it, but there has to be some type of a pandemic relief stimulus program, and there needs to be
Good
and there,
luck.
there needs to be one. If there isn't one, then they quote unquote can't justify the loss from shutting down. But you need to give one so people can shut down because the disease is real. The disease does spread very quickly, and it has different effects in every person that catches it. So you can't judge it just oh well, you could probably survive it. Yeah, but what if they're one of the 100 people that catch it out of 1,000 whose lungs can completely collapse within an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours? You don't know, so you have to be safe. And I feel like the people are more concerned about the economy than they are about the people in the economy.
Yeah, you can't have an economy if people are dead. It's like how is dead people a good part of our economy?
I don't know how bad my deal.
Well, the
Go
new
ahead.
thing is they're saying, oh, they would have died anyway of something.
Hold
The
on,
food's
Cortez.
gonna kill them.
Go ahead, Shartan. There's a
I
little
think
bit.
my delay is.
Yeah.
I think my delay is getting pretty bad. So if I get really robotic, just let me know. But yeah, I'm having some internet/battery issues. We have to look at when we look at a virus or a pandemic like the one that we're in. We have to look at the virus and what it does to your body. So mainly, what we know is that the SARS-CoV-2 virus is an anti-respiratory virus. It prevents you from breathing. It attacks your lungs. You can see it on X-rays. You can see the actual effect on X-rays. You can see what it does to your lungs. Yes, it does attack other organs as well, but those are what we call secondary damages. Basically, it's an anti-respiratory virus. It chokes you. It chokes you to death. It kills you by preventing you from getting enough oxygen into your system to have all of these organs function like they should. And I can't say this enough. And this is very important to me. If you're eligible for a vaccine, take it. If you can go and get vaccinated, take it. Yes, there are mild symptoms like there are for every vaccine. You might get mild symptoms of flu if you get the flu shots and all that. That's because a vaccine contains elements of the virus to help your immune system fight it. If you are eligible to get a vaccine, get it. If not for your own sake, for the sake of your neighbors, your friends, your family, or the kid 2 fucking blocks away that you don't even know that has an autoimmune disease that can't get the vaccine because the actual little bit of virus that is in the vaccine will actually fucking kill that kid. So please, let us stop mucking about with the COVID-19 now. Let's just get vaccinated. Let's do what we did with measles and polio. Let's eradicate it. Let's get it out of our system, out of our societies. And yes, the world will maybe not go back to the normal that we used to know, but it will get a whole lot better than it is right now. So please, I beg of you,
Carly.
please get vaccinated.
Carly's in the chat again. Carly's killing it today. She says, I live in Texas. It's a shit show here. Luckily, I work and live near Houston's massive medical center. So there's a lot of people in the area who understand the science and give a shit about it. But it's also Texas. And there are just as many patriots who are fucking it up for the rest of us. And BBA, what up, BBA, is saying there's so many anti-maskers here, and he's in North Carolina. So it's with what Wayne brought up about how the government is saying, hey guys, make sure that you're not doing this and make sure you're not doing that. But then also saying, all right, we're just going to do like a little Christmas vacation from all of the restrictions is just the most dangerous thing you can do. Because everybody's traveling from their respective areas and then mixing and then going back to those areas.
Yeah. It's for me, it's the most confused, most kind of enabling message that we've had, in the sense of, but Boris doesn't want to offend his libertarian backbenchers that are all like, oh, well, you can't tell us we can't have Christmas. He even said in PMQs this week, to Sir Keir Starmer, who is the leader of the Labour Party, he said, oh, the man on the bench opposite wants to cancel Christmas. Well, you've just kind of said that you don't want people mixing, but you do want people to enjoy themselves. What? It's Orwellian double speak. Enjoy yourself, don't enjoy yourself. Fire me, can't fire me. it's yeah. I anticipate a new lockdown mid-January over here, because everyone's just going to do what the fuck they like. No one's going to care. Everyone's fed up. Everyone's just blasé about everything, and
and
And we've come so far, like from this having been started in February and March. A couple of more months. A couple of more months isn't going to break you. You've already figured out your favorite YouTube channels, the Ben Podcast. You've got a Zoom account now, so you can hang out with your family. You just hold fast. That's all you got to do. We're almost out of this, everybody. So just hold fast. We're almost done.
Yeah, I mean, do you guys have an opinion as to what procedures we should put in place post Christmas to kind of get through this? Because my opinion is just do a 2-month lockdown, but have the financial supports there by the government to allow it.
I mean, I think our stimulus right now is getting held up in the Senate because they want to give a bunch more money to the military during a pandemic. So I'm very confused about what's going on over here, but I know the money's there.
Sorry, I saw that Bernie Sanders was on talking about £600 per adult, and then $600 per adult and $600 per dependent child. Is that not right? That's been agreed.
They can. I don't think they voted on it. He might be proposing it, but yeah, it's okay. I mean, this was supposed to be done in August.
Yeah.
No, it was something I saw tonight. Before I came on.
Yeah.
He was on with Brett something or other, one of your talking head shows over there. But yeah, the proposal was $600 per adult and then $600 per dependent child in a household, rather than the $1,200 stimulus check.
Simply Secular adds this: the Vancouver Canucks just fired one of their most popular anthem singers for singing at an anti-mask event. Well, good on them.
Yeah, too right. Take him down to the woodshed.
All right. Any closing words before we end it up today?
Yeah,